Hey, listen, if you've got to go, we understand, but make sure you bring the Sports Hub app with you so you can hear more of Toucher and Hardy.
That's what I want on my tombstone.
On the Sports Hub.
I grew up in Scituate from 96 till 2016. Dude, you made me and like an entire generation of kids feel like winners because of your team. So thank you, first of all.
All right. That is the sound of a guy from Pardon My Take who's not one of the two main guys. I guess he's from Boston. Play it again, Ryan, if you have it. This is because you'll need context for this.
I grew up in Scituate from 96 till 2016. Dude, you made me and like an entire generation of kids feel like winners because of your team. So thank you, first of all.
All right. So we played a Bill Belichick interview that the Pardon My Take guys did. And I don't know if you guys did, but I certainly made fun of that guy because I thought it was silly. And I don't know why he likes Belichick so much. He's a dick. But then I got one email. But look, Ryan and Nick knew all about it. But I got one email from Andrew Gabriel, our friend. Says, here's a video of you, then PMT, then a couple of pics of my tweet saying, get the full context, clowns. So a guy named Dan Wilder on Twitter says, did you hear Hank on PMT today saying Toucher and Rich sucks because apparently Toucher and Hardy gave him S about thanking Belichick for all the Patriots' success? And then Andrew replies, if blah, blah, blah heard the whole segment, he would know there was no dissing. And Toucher was saying how popular and successful PMT is. BS, clickbait, BS. I did make fun of the guy I don't remember what I said, but I did make fun of him. And he was on Pardon My Take yesterday, and he had this to say.
The Belichick interview, everyone should go watch, listen. Incredible interview. I think we all walked away being like, that was so much fun. We want to do it again. And
Quick side note, Toucher and Rich, Boston Sports Radio is on me for thanking Bill Belichick.
Well, I could see that. I mean, yeah.
I would say F that show, too.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. Hardy, speaking of us, yes, if I was made fun of and I was like a tertiary member of another show and the guy made fun of me, then I would say F him. So he's well within his rights to do that.
No, I was talking about the show he referenced specifically.
Yeah. There. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're not even involved in that. My bad. You were working on another level than me. Yeah, I wasn't quick enough. All right. That's going to happen again. Trust me. All right. And then they go on. And then this, I felt, was unjustified because I never said anything. I've said that they're a good show and that they're really popular. I just wish they asked about Jordon Hudson, but they went on to say this.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Not
a journalist move?
I don't know how many times you guys say, we are not journalists. No. We will never be journalists. Not a single person in this room went to a journalism school. We don't pretend to know journalism. We barely can read. We're as biased as possible. We will be open about our bias. We will do softball interviews if we want to. We don't care. We're here to entertain you and make you laugh. That's our job.
Yeah, and I understand that. And they're under no obligation, nor do I think that they need to be journalists.
And you don't have to go overboard with the self-deprecation. It's like, we can barely read. No, you guys are smart and do a good show. But if it's under the guise of entertainment, what would be more entertaining than asking Bill about Jordon Hudson?
Yeah, and it's also like a little unfair because it's not like you had to do it. No one's saying you had to do it or you're like the worst because you didn't do it. It just would have been a lot better if you did it.
Right.
Now, you can choose not to do it and you can love the interview. And I'm sure there's a ton of people that loved, just an interview with Belichick where he feels very comfortable and he's not really being pressed on anything. And of course you could, saying you can't do that. You can do it all you want. It just, when I heard Pardon My Take, which is a good show, is having Belichick on, you get, oh my goodness, like something might happen, but then they didn't address it, and which was just disappointing. I mean, the idea that they were obligated to do it is, of course, nonsense. No one's saying they had to. And if I was that kid on the show, I would hate me too. The only time he's ever been mentioned on a show was negatively. Yeah, F me.
Yeah.
Get in line, Jack. I got enemies up the wazoo. But Hardy, I have not heard this. This you just have questions about. This was something else that's not regarding us that the Pardon My Take guys said about their Bill Belichick interview as they look back on it.
On Sunday night, I get a call from Coach Belichick. This was like right before the interview is going to go live. And in my head, I'm like he's going to say that he doesn't want us to air it, or so we did something wrong. Just thinking of the worst moments, like just being like playing it in your head, like something bad's about to happen. We're not going to be able to air this interview.
Why would he want to call at the last?
Yeah.
What could possibly this be about?
And so he calls me, and everyone was in the room, and he just goes, I had a great time. I just want to tell you I had a great time. Thank you guys for coming. But just one thing, and I'm like, in my head, like my life flashed before my eyes. He's like, it's all going to come crashing down. He's going to be like, don't run this interview. He's like, did you guys promise Jordon cheesesteaks last year? And I was like, we did. We promised her an NIL deal. He's like, yeah, she said that she wants her cheesesteaks. So we got to get her signed.
So now that's priority number one for this podcast.
Yes.
And she's, I think, going to be the only NIL athlete that we're targeting for the upcoming year.
She is our queen.
She's number one. We love Jordon. We will die for Jordon. Whatever she needs, she gets. We might even have to name a sandwich after her, or a wrap, or like, I don't know, maybe some other menu, maybe a dessert, because she's very sweet. So I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to make it work, Jordon. And thank you for holding us accountable. I'm glad that she remembered that.
Yeah, no, it was, I mean, what you guys were all in the room. What was going through your head? Like, you guys were all freaking out too.
I was, I was expecting like a plug to try and get pulled, which was going to be a weird back and forth because we'd already announced the interview was coming out. Like, I instinctively was assuming the worst.
Did they all live together? Because they record a podcast and then they were all together on Sunday night? Like,
they're friends. They're actual friends.
They hang out.
They're always together. Like, they're all there when the phone rings on a Sunday night.
I don't know. Maybe they were working on
everyone with their friends and their people they like being with and like being with them. Oh, friends.
It was never even Belichick. He was just
so whatever. They want to give a sandwich to her and this and that.
So there's two things I think about this. Number one, and I do like the fact that they call her Jordon.
Yes, you got to call her Jordon.
Well, but that's not her name.
Her name is Jordon.
It's Jordan.
Jordan is how she wants it pronounced, and that's what you'll say.
She said that. I think she is actually explicitly said the opposite.
Well, when she reaches out, I'll let her know.
Right. Dealing with Jordon is who you have to deal with when you want to get Belichick on your podcast. So it could be just a way of keeping things cool with her because, as they said, they want to have Bill on again. They want to do it again. They had so much fun. So that you have to stay in Jordon's good graces. But I do find it strange that if they really do feel that way about her, we love her, she's our queen, we'll do anything for her. These guys, and they're certainly not alone, idolize Bill Belichick for any number of reasons. How can you hold in the same heart a love of Bill Belichick and the woman who is at times seemingly actively working to destroy his legacy? The bad things that have been said and written about Bill Belichick post Brady, it's all on him for those first few years afterward. Not having a quarterback succession plan in place, hiring Matt Patricia as your offensive coordinator, that's all on Bill. But the missteps since leaving here, a lot of them have to do with Jordon.
Well, I mean, so ask his family. At least 6 months ago.
Right. If you love Belichick so much, how can you equally love Jordon when she seems to be at the root of a lot of these issues and a lot of these things that are happening to Bill that are not great? How can you be both? How can you have both of those things in your head and heart, dare I say?
Well, I mean, maybe it's a selfish interest in him, and they're just using him like Jordon is, and he's just a plaything in their little cat game. He's just a ball of yarn.
They're just batting him
around. The old man. Look at the horny old man, the sad old man. Watch us manipulate him behind the scenes, getting him to call us and say cute little things about sandwiches. Ha, ha, ha. Take that. Yeah, maybe everyone's just behind his back working him. Maybe he's like, you compliment him and he's okay. And you can get him to do anything. Who knows?
I mean, that's your king. That's who you idolize. Was it a good look for your king during that CBS interview? Whose fault was that? Jordon's?
CBS. They manipulated the
CBS. Terrible
video.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Well, and
when Bill went on Sean Hannity and they both cried about how unfair the world is. How unfair the world's been to the two of them.
I'll give you whatever you want.
Yeah. You should sue him.
Sue him.
You should sue him, which is the manly thing to do.
I hope you sue him.
Yeah.
That's right. Because that's the cool thing now is to sue everyone. That's the big boss businessman thing is to sue people.
I couldn't believe it.
Just frivolously sue people all over the place.
I was stunned.
But yes, you would think that if you were friends with Bill Belichick, you would at least express a concern at some point that this woman is doing more harm than good.
Yeah, and if all you're trying to do is stay in Bill's good graces, well, that's how you do it. You say, nothing but good things about Jordon.
Well, I would guess that's firmly what they're doing, is that they want to keep having Belichick on, that they get a kick out of having him on, and that the best thing to do is to praise Jordon because they're like the two guys doing it, and then that gives you access to Bill.
Yeah, because, again, we'll say it again. Like, these are smart guys. These are media-savvy guys. And I don't believe that as a group they've all decided, yeah, Bill, go after that 25-year-old. That's awesome. After a while, it stops being awesome, and it presents itself as a problem for Bill professionally and personally. This is well documented.
Well,
now.
Again, there's a lot of old rich guys dating younger women, and they might get him an apartment, or they might, give him a stipend. But rarely do they go take the whole operation and run. That's like an Anna Nicole Smith situation with that real old guy. Like, that's when you are on your deathbed.
J. Howard Marshall.
Yeah, and you sign over, like, everything to them on your deathbed. That's a guy just went to jail for scamming an 80-year-old who adopted him. It's a thing. But, yes, there's a lot of guys spending money on younger women. And, if you could say that's a fool's errand, or maybe it's not. I mean, who's the loser in that? If you got like two girls and you stash them in the city while you live in the suburbs and you can go visit them whenever you want, uncut gems type situation. But, it's another thing to go take over everything.
Yeah. Maybe it's
be the public face of me.
Maybe it's like the long con and the long play for the, pardon my take. It's like, yeah, we'll just stay in the good graces of Bill and Jordon. We'll have him on again, and then we'll start asking about this stuff. We'll get him to open up about Jordon and start talking about her a little bit more. That would be amazing. Well, no matter what he says, it doesn't even have to be like hard hitting questions. Just get him to talk about the relationship.
Oh no, anything. Like no. It doesn't have to be. What are you doing? It doesn't have to be anything.
That'd be
but
great.
for me to enjoy it, it wouldn't have to be asked in any single way. It would just have to be anything. Just hearing him talk about it in any way, even if you were like, bro, high five, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to go like, wow, this is such an amazing relationship you two have. Just hearing them and seeing that weirdo talk about it would be fantastic.
Maybe that's the end game. I don't want to step on their play.
You think that's what's happening?
You know what?
You're giving them a lot of credit.
You think that's what's happening?
They know
it's a long game?
They know what they're doing.
Oh.
But in fairness to the whole journalism thing, I don't think that any of us put it that they needed to ask them. It just would have been much more entertaining.
The only people who ever talk like that, who I think have license to talk about that, are guys who actually did the job. Felger, Maz. Obviously when we have writers on the show who are actual journalists, despite what any of us may have gone to school for, no. None of us think of ourselves that way.
Well, I don't want any liability for anything I say. I'm anything but a journalist. I can throw anything out there. I don't care.
You're a history major.
I went to a liberal arts school. Real loser over here.
Yeah, lib.
Now with AI, who's the loser? How's that programming degree going for you?
Idiot.
Get a history degree next time. The world is yours, my friends.
Or philosophy.
Just as long as you get a master's in it. That's what's the real situation. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right. It's the Toucher, Hardy, and Hardy email segment powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. We had on John Marks, who's very good today. He does middays at the fanatic in Philadelphia. He was talking about A.J. Brown. He said nothing but great things about A.J. Brown. He expected 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns if he goes to the Patriots. Aaron says the way John Marks described A.J. Brown makes me think of how Larry Fitzgerald got moved to the slot, wasn't winning off athleticism but off technique and physicality. It seems like Brown could really extend his career if he made a move like that. It could be.
His knee, however, it would be the problem in this case. And John Marks was, I didn't say skip over it, but he understood that the knee would be a problem and it was only going to get worse, but he didn't think it would be a major concern.
This just in the press is TRTTT. In honor of TRTTT, testosterone replacement Toucher Thursdays.
Yeah.
Let's start calling Fred the endocrine system because of the way he makes a hormone.
Okay.
It's so bad.
I want to be called endocrine. Please.
You don't like that.
I do like that. Not Gary Tangway. We talked about how in the bid for the foursome for the big golf tournament going on, you can apply to be a foursome with Hardy. John and I are with Felger, Maz, and Jim. And Felger and Maz are going for $10,000. We are well under 2,000.
Has our bid increased since you last checked?
I don't want it to be 10,000, quite frankly. I would. I want nothing but the best for the Special Olympics, Massachusetts. I don't know if I need the responsibility of 10,000.
We've gone up $15.
Hey,
Boom.
all right.
That's the light way I like it.
Let's say we're at 1/8. Let's call it of 1/7 maybe of what Felger and Maz's fourth is going for.
I'm comfortable south of 5,000. Not Gary Tangway says, I emptied the 401k for the kitchen and not sure chair company money will get you guys to Felger and Maz status. Gator Bear out. Gary Tangway, of course, giving me the advice at one time. I needed appliances for the kitchen, so I took it out of the 401k.
I looted the 401k.
I looted the 401k because, hey, maybe tomorrow never comes. Who knows? And also, you got to watch every baseball game.
Yeah.
Give context for that. There may be some
He's
people
telling you how to do
that say
sports
that.
talk.
Yes.
And told you to watch every game.
Tangway, who used to host middays on this radio station, that was the advice.
Tangway and
It's
Zolak.
awesome.
That was the first midday show. Paul says, unfortunately, I just can't afford such an extravagant but low for the privilege of joining such an elite group. And it saddens me. I was dreaming about the excitement of riding with Hardy and the ability to share my 64 years of golf experience and 17.1 index with Hardy to sharpen his game, reviewing his every swing, giving him the line on putts. The thought of channeling my inner Hardy, John may remember that quote, with Hardy had me sleepless recently. Alas, not to happen, but all the better for the kids. As always, love the show, Paul. Paul, we would love to have you there.
RC says Fred's traffic stop. I was pulled over. I was thankfully given a warning for my long expired sticker on my car, and then I went to go get it that day. Yesterday, I went to go get the environmental thing they do that you got to pay for, and the guy said he wouldn't pass my inspection because of my tires. So now I have to go to Town Fair Tire today and get new tires. So I want the police officers to know I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm working hard.
Yeah.
RC says, Fred, you should have just told the officer that you were on the phone with the president. Bringo on your way. There you go.
Bringo.
Tell Fred he's clearly being targeted by the cops. I've been driving around with an expired inspection sticker for 18 months. For some reason, I have had no troubles whatsoever, Steve from Revere.
Yeah, when you're driving around in the black Bronco, you get some eyes on
Well,
you.
you're just getting heads turning all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and plus I'm pumping music.
Very few of those on the road.
Yeah, I know, limited-ish. Yeah, and so I also remember having neon and a lot of bazookas in the back, so like I'm boom.
Oh, it's got that you glow from underneath?
Yes.
Nice.
And it's like 1991 in Farmington Hills, and I'm Chaldean, and I got a IROC with
the Egyptian lover.
You got the whistle tip on the muffler?
Nah, we didn't have whistle tips. I didn't have any of
You got to
this.
trick out the flows. Flowmaster. Yeah, I got on my car.
Flowmax?
Yeah, Flowmaster.
Oh, Flowmaster.
You got to trick out the flows.
When you were in Troy,
Yeah.
4 years of my senior, did the people of Troy oftentimes have neon under the car that would would pulsate with the beat, with the bass?
A little before my time. I think that was more of a mid '90s thing.
Okay, so you mean after your time?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was already in college.
Right. So for me, I graduated from high school in '93, and I can tell you that if you went to a Taco Bell on Orchard Lake and 13 Mile, you were going to see a lot of neon on IROCs, and a lot of what is that when they go low?
Hydraulics?
No. It wasn't like that. It was like ground.
Oh, ground effects.
Ground effects.
Yeah.
Ground effects. I drove a Bronco too. I drove a 1987 Bronco too.
Well, my dad bought. I've told you this. Bought the Corvette from his cousin down in Virginia. That was not. You get the mods afterward. Like McLaren is a big aftermarket mod. The Shelby will mod out your Ford. This was a Greenwood custom Corvette. In Greenwood, some modifications that were made. Essentially, what they did to this Corvette. Not one of the good years of Corvette, number one, to begin with, but B, they added a lot of ground effects that were not properly installed. So when you drove around in this thing, it just sounded like a rattling Tupperware dish full of bolts. Just like real stiff ride, not put together well. I don't know how this cousin of his convinced him to buy this thing off of him, but what a piece of junk. And he was like, yeah, I got the vet. I was like, yeah, we do. How about we take my rental and go out to dinner? Yeah, I do not want to ride around in that thing.
People, I get these videos on YouTube that are people like showing it's called How They Spent Their Money. And there's a guy, Jay Cutler or something. He's a bodybuilder. And he had 5 cars, including apparently a Lamborghini, like a new Lamborghini so rare that the owner of Lamborghini signed under the hood. And I went, you're an aging bodybuilder. These are not wise purchases. Buy a $250,000 car. That better serves you in I know what Gary's advice is, but I have to counter that. An aging bodybuilder, it does not seem like that is a road to steady finances.
The match on those 401ks from the gym are pretty good. So he's probably doing okay.
And I know that you'll email me and go, he's got 17 businesses, and all these things are probably true, and I don't doubt his wealth, but he had 5 new, like he had G-Wagon, his Lamborghini, he had like 5 like pimped out vehicles, and I went, you would have to have so much money in order for me to not think that was it's like, $2 million in cars. It's like,
And once you mod them out that much, ironically, the resale dips.
Well, the market for like a signed Lamborghini, fairly small.
Yeah, I would think.
But he's in Vegas, and it's pretty cheap out there.
Matthew wants to know, Hardy, can I offer $1,000 to play golf with Rick at the tournament? I'm sure he's referring to our program director.
What am I going to have to do?
Well, Rick, this guy, Paul, Matt, he wants
What's
to.
What's he want? Oh no,
he sent me an.
What's he complaining about?
Well, he sent me an email, and
what, you opened it?
Yeah,
that's why.
I don't know how to do that. Wink.
He wants to donate to Special Olympics. And he wants to play
it's a whole
with
thing.
you.
No. It's a whole thing. I'd have to go to legal. I'd have to ask the Special Olympics people. That's walking and a call. No siree, Bob.
But it's for the kids, boss. It's for the kids.
Now you're a headache too, Wally. Just leave me alone, and I don't talk like that.
He got real close to you when he was upset about that. That's true.
Oh, I don't know how upset he is. It's Gary Delabate. It's Fred Norris doing Gary Delabate. It's not him.
I don't talk like that.
Yeah, I do not talk like that. Knock it off. By the way, guys, I don't talk like that.
If you do want to bid on the foursomes sold out, but we need a fourth, and Felger and Maz, they need a fourth to play with those two and Big Jim Murray. You can still bid on those. 98.5thesportshub.com. Special Olympics, of course.
They should add a fifth,
proceeds.
Hardy, where you can play with Felger and Maz and one of the Kennedys. which is obviously what's occurring here.
How long is the bidding open? How long do we have to make the comeback?
Seriously, you can be a fifth to play with Felgram, has Big Jim, and whoever this luminary celebrity is that has bid $10,000 to play with them.
You text with Felger occasionally, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just text Felger if you would and just go, do you know anything about this? And I want to hear what he has to say.
Okay. I'll ask him.
Because it's very nice. I mean, it's like really nice, but
Very generous.
I am curious if he knows the guy or not.
No, it's an Nantucket deal. This has to be part of the super secret society card game he's a part of.
Well, it's great for charity, and it's like a real honor that someone would want to spend that much money to play golf with you, and it's and all these things are very sincere, but there is that added pressure of like, oh no, a guy spent. I mean, we don't live in gated mansions and have assistants. Like, I mean, we. This is a golf course that we would normally play. It's odd for us to think that someone would want to spend $10,000 to spend 4 hours with us. We're not celebrities obviously of that nature. Go ahead.
I understand you said 5,000. You would feel uncomfortable if someone bid 5,000. You'd feel a little bit of pressure.
5,000. I said anything within 5,000.
Okay, that was going to be my question. How high does the bid have to be for you to become uncomfortable?
I don't want to discourage high bidding again because it benefits a charity. I'm just saying that I'm being honest with you that $5,000, like if it was like a bachelor party gift or something, you want me to dance around a little bit, make a fool of myself. No, but if it was like a gift for someone and like a bunch of people like went in on it.
Yeah.
And then, like if it could be, but if it was like one guy, it's just like, here's $10,000. I want to spend 4 hours with you. I just wouldn't look. I would think the guy was obviously very successful and had a lot of money and was doing good things with his money. I would just be like, why do you want to spend that much time with me? Legitimately, that's it. Not like what's wrong with you. It would be like everything that's wrong with me. I'd feel unworthy of that. That's all. That's the honest to God truth.
And this person is riding with Hardy, correct?
But I would still feel, and as would you, John. I mean, and Hardy too. I mean, you would feel indebted to the guy, and then I would feel like I wasn't doing enough, which is not the person's responsibility. Again, it's a wonderful gesture and a sign of someone with a good heart and obviously very successful. All these things point to someone who's way better than me. In all honesty, this is the way I feel. I would just feel unworthy of that. I mean, they're
going to be disappointed.
Come on.
I got nothing from Felger.
No, come to me with some positives.
Oh, no,
How
no,
I'm
no.
wrong.
Oh, no, you couldn't be more wrong, Fred.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
I think people just want to be in your orbit. And
I don't know about that.
I mean,
another one for
you
you
already
too.
have an inherent gravitational pull, but for someone to actually be invited in, that's worth all of that money and more.
I mean, I've heard that like a few times, but I mean, I don't know. All right. Finally, Jesus, I just had to come out and ask for it. We'll be back in just a moment to finish up this whole charade. And hopefully we played two people mad. The kid from PMT that has every right to be mad at me because I made fun of him. And I would hate me too. I wouldn't hate me, but I would think I was a dick. And Beetle, who went crazy at Bedard. Kaboom, I like that. So we had that
somebody
going.
else yelling at somebody else for something that's got nothing to do with me. I like it.
The thing between PMT and us was nothing. It was just, I mean, but the thing with Bedard and Beetle.
That's real.
That's got legs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's giving inside why they're fighting, behind the scenes stuff. I love it all. Beetle's been on fire between the Rossini stuff and screwing with Zoe and this stuff. I like it all. All right, here are the headlines.
Know what you're thinking? What could I possibly have missed from the show?
Ready?
It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
You can advertise for the Stack, I guess, if you wanted to.
No.
It's free. But not free to advertise on, but it's open. It just occurred to me. So we are embroiled in a huge media war with the Pardon My Take people from Barstool. It's been a vicious back and forth between the two of us. And finally, I had received one email about it yesterday. And finally, it's being covered by the media. Hardy, you brought this to my attention.
Yes, this is from Nesson.com, an article written by Evan Cormier,
otherwise known as AI.
Yeah.
Read the headline.
We don't.
No, read the headline.
I will.
Okay.
I had gone off the tab for a moment, so I just need to go back. Here we go.
Okay.
Beef brewing. Radio host calls out Barstool podcast for Bill Belichick interview. Tucker and Rich have ignited a beef with Barstool's Pardon My Take.
Well done, Nesson.
Tucker.
Yeah, well done, Nesson. Excellent. You got the name of the show wrong because the guy's hasn't been on it in 2.5 years, and then you get my name wrong. So the one name that's still here you got wrong. So fantastic. We're off to a good start.
America's #1 sports podcast, Barstool's Pardon My Take, recently had legendary former...
It's fawning all over the two enemies.
New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick for a lengthy interview. Longtime Boston sports radio hosts Fred Toucher and Rob Hardypool.
No accolades.
Took issue with PMT hosting the coach and not prying about his relationship or exit from Foxborough.
And they quote me, get ready for this. Get ready for this onslaught.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little annoyed that they didn't ask him. Jesus, Fred, you said this?
When you read it, it sounds worse than I meant it to be.
I know, and I feel bad because you don't get the right tone. I am a little annoyed that they didn't ask him about Jordon Hudson. I don't know why you would agree to do an interview with someone who's most well known for dating Jordon Hudson than anything else. Now we get into the commentary portion of the Tucker and Rich headlined article. The author says, I am no media expert, but maybe Toucher has access to some numbers I do not.
Perhaps.
But if I had to choose what Belichick is most famous for, I would probably go with the 8 Super Bowl rings that litter nearly every appendage on his hands. In fact, I'm not sure the 74-year-old man's relationship even cracks the top 3.
Well, that's a bold statement. I mean, I don't think anyone's aware of his coaching football. So, way to call me out. I mean, you caught me in one there. I would ask you this.
What's he most famous for in the last 2 years?
You go out on the street and you go to random person, man or woman, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the age. I guess it does matter in Boston if it's a man. But so you go to Nebraska and you go up to someone on the street and you go, who's Bill Belichick? They go, he's a football coach. Yeah. Isn't he dating some young girl? And there you go. That's exactly what they would say. If you asked them to elaborate, they would go, he's a football coach. And then they would go, oh, yeah, he's with that young woman. That's exactly what they would say. Well, we all
have people in our lives, whether it's your mom or neighbors or whatever, who don't care anything about football, don't care anything about Bill Belichick, who are obsessed with this story.
I never get emails from women for my personal life either. But when we were talking about the Bill Belichick, Jordon Hudson thing, I was getting like 5 to 10 emails a day from women enthralled with the conversation because we had women listeners specifically listening in to see if we would talk about Belichick and Jordon.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a story. It was a whole media frenzy around it, especially with the CBS Morning thing. I mean, I mean, to call me out on my quote of saying that that's what he's best known for is a bold statement by Nesson, because obviously I was unaware of the Super Bowls. But I would say that the biggest story as of the last, when was the last Super Bowl? 2018? Yeah, see, it's been a while. Well, ever since the last Super Bowl. Ever since he was fired, basically. Ever since he was fired, the biggest thing that he's done is date this girl. And there you go. It's certainly not North Carolina because they didn't do anything. So it's this girl. That's everything. If you Google Bill Belichick and you click news, I mean, there might be a smattering of North Carolina-centric football stuff.
How many Page 6 articles? How many TMZ posts? I mean, that's
it's ridiculous to even argue about. I mean, it's just asinine. Like, oh no, you caught me. Yeah, you won a bunch of Super Bowls.
Well,
I don't even think that's a person. In fairness, that's got to be AI.
How about this, Fred? In turning from the fake beef with Pardon My Take, which doesn't exist, to actual beef. This just in on Twitter from Greg Bedard.
Oh.
I will be on with Zoll and Bertrand at noon today.
Well played.
There we go.
98.5 The Sports Zone.
There we go. I like that.
By both sides.
Good job.
I'll be listening. I want to hear that. Well played by both sides. And as long as it carries a little tension until obviously it is resolved.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, because Bertrand's not going to just immediately turtle.
No. As a matter of fact, he'll probably go after him the second he gets on the air. What's your problem?
He'll have no problem listing his grievances.
Why you got to be such a bitch? Start with that.
It's in the blood with that family. They argue for sport.
Like I heard that. If like Bedard came on, like I don't think I could go after him like that. But Bertrand will go after him like that.
Sure.
That's one with some teeth. But well played by both. Noon today on Zolak and Bertrand. That is very smart. And that will be must tune in radio and an off time for sports. So good on both of them for having the balls to rectify this publicly. I like that. Well played. All right. Well, look, we covered a lot today. I mean, I would hate to see what I get emailed today. If I get a singular email about something that a big controversy I stirred up, or I stirred up in quotations, even though the clip is of you two talking, but somehow I stirred it up. Hardy heard it too. The clip that Ryan sent us, it's you guys talking.
Yep.
No,
I don't say anything.
Hey, I read the article written by an actual journalist on Nesson.com. So
it's clearly you who touched off this war.
Yeah, it was you. It was you, Tucker.
Don't you guys ever find it interesting that it's always? But like, does it bother you that it's always me? Because it bothers me.
Your name's first on the masthead, bud. That's it.
Just like even when I don't say anything, it's you guys. It's me. Like it's you guys in the clip.
I'm fine
and it's
with
like
that.
Fred took a shot at PMT, and I don't say anything.
I don't know about you, Hardy. I kind of enjoy it a little.
Everything I say is lazily setting the table for you two to talk about it.
I'm very comfortable with it.
Yeah,
I heard myself. I couldn't sound less interested, and then it gets into it, and you two start going, and it's good. I sit back and let you two go.
Yeah.
You're talking. I don't say anything.
Yep.
But yet the thing is, Fred says, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ!
Not Fred, Tucker.
Well, you said this before, and you said this before. Fine, whatever I said. Not in that clip. It's very funny to me. It's just odd. Like I heard.